Good evening and welcome back to the Shadows of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our campaign as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Wilhelm Wolfsbane, the human swashbuckler rogue. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Benitis playing Rudy Whitaker, the Shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Wrath, the Aasimar Warlock.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, welcome. We are the Dungeon Dudes, and Kelly and I post new videos every Tuesday, every other Tuesday, and every Thursday on our YouTube channel, where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including tier lists where we rank all the paladin subclasses and more, and lots of cool videos for Dungeon Masters once in a while. You can check all that out at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
And you can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. And you can watch all of the video episodes of our shows on YouTube. We also have both Season 1 Dungeons of Drakkenheim and Season 2 Shadows of Drakkenheim, as well as the Untold Tales of Drakkenheim, all available for your viewing pleasure and listening pleasure as an audio-only podcast. You can find Season 1 and Season 2 on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify for your listening pleasure there as well. We also have some very exciting news this evening about the future of the Drakkenheim saga.
This is the last episode of Shadows of Drakkenheim for 2020. We will be going on a hiatus very shortly because we've got some big plans coming ahead, both personal and professional. Personally, Jill is expecting a newborn, but professionally, we are very excited to announce that in 2021, we will be launching a Kickstarter campaign to fund the Dungeons of Drakkenheim campaign book. We have partnered with our amazing friends at Ghostfire Games, the creators of Grim Hollow, and they are going to help us publish Drakkenheim and bring it to life as a campaign that you can run for your players to delve into the meteor-blasted ruins of Drakkenheim, battle against the factions, the ratlings, and horrible monsters, and decide the fate of Drakkenheim for yourself.
Now, with that exciting news, I'm sure everybody's really interested to get updates and news on what's going to be happening with this book. You are going to want to check the links in the description of this video when it's on YouTube for access to our mailing list. Please join the mailing list once it goes live, when this video does on YouTube, so that you can be up to date on all updates about the campaign, the Kickstarter, what's going on with the book. And with our hiatus, we are just going to be taking a break for the holidays. Jill is going to be taking a bit of an extended break to look after her newborn. But we will be back on January 12th with more Untold Tales of Drakkenheim. We are planning to have some very special guest appearances on the show, and we are going to be playtesting never-before-seen locations from Drakkenheim for you to enjoy and kind of get a sneak peek at some of the locations that will be featured in the book that were never seen in Season 1 or 2 of the Drakkenheim saga.
Yes, so we are really excited to be sharing with you over the coming months the news as we build up to this big undertaking. Kelly and I have never done anything like this before, and we are so thrilled to have some amazing friends that are going to be helping us out with this project, our great friends at Ghostfire Games, as well as Jill and Joe, who will be making some cool contributions to the book as well. And so please keep on track with that. Again, if you are interested in this book, in the description of this video on YouTube, you will find a link there that you can get onto our mailing list just for the purpose of this book. We'll have news and updates, let you know when this goes live in mid to late 2021. And from there, we will have lots of cool previews and other cool updates as well here on Twitch, YouTube, all of our channels. You can also check us out on our Discord server for our which is exclusive to our patrons. So you can find all that in the description below. Hop on with us with Discord and chat about all the cool stuff that is going to be coming for us in 2021. We are so excited, not the least of which because we're still going to play some D&D tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And so, with all that excitement in mind, let us return to the shadows of Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. For 15 years, we foolishly believed the madness and mayhem of that crumbling city was confined to the ruins. We were wrong. Insidious horrors have crept out of the shadow of Drakkenheim into a world unprepared for such nightmares. Tales of strange magic, swirling haze, and unspeakable terrors echo through the villages and towns surrounding that accursed place. Now, the Dusk Wardens, a new band of heroes, are tasked with driving out the seeping tendrils of the spreading darkness before it takes root.
And we are back in the shadows of Drakkenheim. Deep within a dank and murky cove along the shores of Ash Bay, a great battle is brewing between the mutated citizens of Ashafen and the Dusk Wardens in their titanic battle as they have carved or sort of left a blazing trail through dozens of mutated villagers transformed into horrific fishfolk beings that shed their human skins to worship and transform others. Our heroes have interrupted a horrific ritual that they thought was going to save someone's lives, but it has now turned out that those participants were very willing, as they are now stabbing Rudy with knives, screaming at being denied their destiny to join the Duchess's side. As our heroes have now turned the tide with a blazing trail brought about by a timely release of a fire elemental from a fire elemental gem, they still are in battle against 3 horrific sea witches. The 3 of them still bringing their spells to bear in a desperate attempt to defeat our heroes and foil their efforts to foil them. You can't stop us. We're going to stop you at stopping us first. All the while, as the blood spills and congeals in the murky, slime-filled pool that fills this chamber, you hear a sizzling in the air as bits of the blood boil and a steam rises through the humid air, stinking of rotting fish and salt and seaweed. The water itself bubbles, and a shadow of inky opalescence lurks beneath the surface of the algae-filled waters. We are still back in initiative order. Having left off at a cliffhanger there. So let me check my notes and see if I can actually remember whose turn it was.
I think we were back. I think we had finished a round of combat, but I'm not sure.
We had indeed. And I have the order right here. And all the reason why you need to make sure that you keep a handy DM notebook right in front of you. Paper and pencil, all the digital tools, but paper and pencil. I mean, actually, Roll20 actually would probably save that little too. But in any case, Wilhelm, it is your turn. You see beside you, Wrath is burning with radiant consumptive energy. sending out waves of energy that have been incinerating the fish folk and even singeing you were it not for your defenses. No, you can't use uncanny dodge against this. It's got to be an attack.
Yeah.
And so across from you, you see the two participants in the ritual pick up broken spears and try to jam them into Rudy's throat as she is surrounded by other fish folk. Across the way, there are several other fish folk that are trying to hold off the massive fire elemental with their spears, preventing it from getting closer to the two of the witches, which are up here. But then there's the third witch right down over here as well. Her eyes still radiating octarine light as she concentrates on the eye bite spell. There's Rudy in the center there. Ooh. And that's them there. And with that, Wilhelm, I will turn it over to you. What are you going to do?
Wilhelm runs along the bank of the water, away from the burning raft to get away, like as his eyes are ablaze and he is scorching the really area around him. It's pretty intense standing next to him. So Wilhelm kind of shoves away from him, and as he's running, he does call back and he's like, "Rudy can take care of herself. Help me with these witches." And he pulls out his crossbow, and he is going to use the optional class feature, Steady Aim, if you'll allow it, from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to hold up my crossbow, and I'm aiming it at this witch right here.
Which one? Which witch?
The one closest to me, so that I don't have disadvantage on the roll, and I actually get to use my advantage. And I'm going to line it up with my one good eye and try to take a shot between her eyes.
Alrighty, go for it.
That's going to be 24 to hit.
That is more than enough to hit.
And I'm going to hit them for 6 damage. It's not a lot, but it'll do.
You're not going to apply your sneak attack?
Can I?
You just used aim. It gave you advantage.
Oh, right. Advantage. Of course I'm going to apply sneak attack. Sorry. It's been a week. It's been a long week.
That's the whole point of this ability.
That's right. It is. I'm here. I understand. I read Tasha's a few times. I've been looking at paladins a lot today. Anyway. So that's 10 plus... so that's going to be 17 damage.
Total, or in addition to the 6 earlier?
16 damage in total. Not 17, 16.
Did you roll 3d6 for sneak attack or 4d6?
All right, now you're confusing me. Do I have 46 now?
Yeah. Have you only been rolling you're level 7?
Oh, cool. That went up. I need another D6. I've only ever had 3 in here this whole time.
Wait, have you been rolling a D6 less for your sneak attack for like 3 sessions?
Apparently. That explains a lot.
Every Thursday, there's this video series that I really like.
Yeah, what's it called, Joe?
What's called?
Can they teach me how to play D&D?
It's called Sneak Attack and other ways to maximize damage with your rogue.
So let's rewind. All right. Yep. None of that happened. Don't worry, guys. So Wilhelm lines up his shot perfectly, knowing exactly what he's doing. Getting advantage on the attack and sneak attack and hitting for 21 damage. There.
The shot catches the witch right in the collarbone above the heart, and she screeches out in pain and staggers forward, barely standing.
And that is it. I lower. I'm a little upset that I didn't kill her with that shot, but I turn to Wrath and await his contributions.
Wilhelm, Wrath, it is your turn.
Okay. With Burning Fury, I'm still emanating this horrible radiance. I send Bruce off to engage with this evil witch, and he's gonna help me shoot her with eldritch power. And I get a 27 to hit. For a whopping 20 damage. So applying the extra one-time radiant damage through this radiant, I start to funnel it through my eldritch blast, and it
shears off the top part of her torso in its entirety. So just this solid beam of radiant energy goes down, and there's nothing remaining of where her head was or even her shoulders. Just the arms are not even connected to shoulders. They flop to the side, and as the rest of her body falls to the ground, it actually starts to waste away into water, and all that remains on the ground is slime, algae, and salt water.
Ugh. And there's also like the beam of light also just starts to singe the wall behind her.
Yeah,
like against the end. It's just like this solid beam, and I kind of realized I put maybe too much into it. And
I look at my crossbow and look at you.
And I'm gonna turn to I want to jump. I want to take another shot at one of these. Can I hit one of the ones standing beside Rudy? Not the fish people, but the people.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna take a shot at one of them and get a 16 to hit. I should say
That'll do
actually
it.
who I'm shooting at.
There's a man and a woman.
The woman for 15 damage.
The eldritch blast pierces right through, right underneath her ribcage, blasting a solid about 4-inch wide hole in her body, and she collapses to the ground.
And then with like a world-class diver, Wrath dives. Wait, the water you said was doing stuff, right?
Yes, it is bubbling and slightly boiling. It is filled with algae and a disgusting slime.
Don't go in the water. Don't do it.
I'm about to like dive in, and I get close to the water, and I look, and it's just like me, and I don't know if I want to breathe.
It's not a rule. It's just common sense, man. Don't do it.
And I hesitantly wait near the edge of the water.
Okay.
And I burn myself for 2 damage.
As the witch drops to the ground, you hear a slight keening wail noise emanating up from the water itself. For a moment, it sounds like a screaming baby, a swaddling child, screaming out for its nursemaid. But it has this slightly reptilian roar undertoning it, like this high sort of like the squealing of a dolphin almost. And there is a violent shake as several waves burst in the water. Something is stirring beneath the water. The surviving witches stumble forward, and the octarine glow fades from the glowing eyes of the witch, the wounded witch over here, as if some of the magic has left her, as if the focus that she needed was tied to the essence of her sisters. She stumbles forward, half mad, and as she does so, her outermost layer of skin begins to peel off, revealing disgusting fishy scales underneath, and she sinks into this truly horrific appearance. She staggers forward to here and then dashes forward with a screech. And so does the other. She dashes straight forwards, screaming at the top of their lungs at the two of you. And as they do so, as their skins flake off and you see their full horrific appearance, at the start of your turns, you will need to make wisdom saving throws if you can see them. That is their turn. Rudy, it is your turn. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
18 plus 0, so 18.
Alrighty. You are not frightened by their horrific appearance. And so you are now immune to their horrific appearance for the next 24 hours.
Rudy is such strong in spirit. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna start by taking my swipes, and then I'm gonna do the elemental from there. So I'm gonna go to the fish on my right with one attack. 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
Destruction. 8 damage.
Awesome. Sorry, which one were you targeting?
So I'll do the fish on Rudy's right. So let me just
This one here? Oh, the other one. Okay.
This one here.
You cut it down. One thing that we didn't remember is that you get temporary hit points whenever you kill somebody.
Yeah. So I just rolled and I have 8 temporary hit points now. Because it's 2d6, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Nice.
Fueled by the blood of my enemies. I
Classic
go to
Rudy.
the next one. Oh, this blue dice. I had a talk with it before this session. 27 to hit.
That's going to do it.
For 7 damage.
2 quick slashes. I imagine that you just send both the axes out to either side of you at the same time, and it just hits them right in the necks.
Yeah. And then the human in front. Yeah. Actually, you know what? The fish to the
This one here?
left. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, damn. Another 28 to hit. Hot freaking dice tonight.
I'm going to buy you some new dice for Christmas.
No. It's the precious.
Monty's Dice Emporium.
And that is 11 damage.
And one more filet-o-fish.
Ooh, chop chop.
And then the fire elemental is gonna do a. Oh, I want to see because I want to hit the witch. Let's see, we got 50 feet, right?
Yeah, is a fire elemental immune to fear? Let me check that. They might be. They probably are.
No, that's not gonna work.
Honestly, take the witch over the fish. Do it. I mean, do whatever you want, though.
Oh yeah, the fire elemental does need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
What?
here.
Fire elemental's not afraid.
Here, I won't roll the blue. I'll roll the white one just to. Oh well. What's its wisdom? Because it.
+0.
5.
Okay,
I'm going back to the blue die. I'm going back to the blue die.
Yeah, never.
So incidentally, the fire elemental is afraid of the hags, so it can't move closer to them.
Okay. So,
and it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
okay. So it's gonna walk over all of these fish right here with its 50 feet of movement.
As it runs away in fear, it burns all these fish. Oh!
Alrighty, I'll say that it absolutely can. It just sees the skin come off of it, and something strikes into its fiery heart. Maybe it's the water, and it rushes forward, incinerating the fish in the process. They will get opportunity attacks against it as it rushes through them, however. And so it does get hit 3 times. for a grand total of 16 damage, but that gets halved because of its resistances. Okay.
You got it. Okay. All right.
With
Nice.
that, I have 2 fish folk left. So they're both going to try to stab Rudy, make a last ditch effort at it. I get a 20 and a 15 to hit.
I will. I'm not going to use shield. Nah.
All right, you're going to take 5 damage.
I'll take it.
As the man looks down and says, I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I need to be saved. And he stabs you. You've ruined it. You've ruined it.
I'm trying to save you. I know. You ain't helping.
Alrighty. The water.
Rudy, get the hostages under control.
The water rumbles and shakes. And something slithers and slips in the water's surface as a creature breaches forth out of the water, screeching and screaming like a mewling infant. It is a massive squid-like creature, milk white, its internal organs visibly beating underneath its translucent skin. Its massive eyes like black pearls and splotches of iridescent flesh covering over its outside, over tops of the tentacled limbs that stretch out of it, each of them ending in sucker-like ends. It screeches, screams, and cries as it whinnies out and races forward towards the water's edge, sending out a long and lingering tentacle as it wraps part of its body around the pillar here and lashes out a tentacled limb to at Wrath and Rudy.
Ah!
Wrath, I get a 15 to hit you.
Yeah.
And Rudy, I get a 21 to hit you.
I should have done shield. I'm gonna do shield.
All right, Wrath, you take a total of 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled and while you are grappled, you are restrained by it. And so you can only move if it moves you. And so it is going to use the last bit of its movement to pull you in.
No!
And so you pull into the water. You can make a strength saving throw.
Wait, so am I underwater now beside it?
We'll find out. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, strength, my one weakness. Also, the cat. 11.
Yeah, that's no. Yeah, and so as you're pulled into the water, give me a Constitution saving throw.
It rolled from a 19 to a 3, so I got a 6.
Alrighty. Well, this is the first time our new rules are in play. You take a total from being pulled into the water. You're going to take 8 necrotic damage. Okay?
Okay.
And you now have gained 1 level of contamination. Okay? Your first level of contamination, all I need you to do for me is roll a D100.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
That's okay. Here we go.
I'm gonna get excited for this, but it's not wild magic.
63.
Okay. So the first thing here that you need to be aware of is that
I don't assume there's anything good on the contamination scale, right? There's nothing. There's nothing that's like you heal for you.
No, there really isn't. But
energy flows through you.
So you've gained your first level of delirium contamination. Okay, at contamination level 1. Okay, here's your only symptom. You can't gain advantage on ability checks and saving throws. Still attack rolls. No advantage on attack rolls or saving throws, though. Okay.
Ability checks and saving throws. Okay.
Ability
Yeah.
checks and saving throws. Yeah.
Okay. So now you got a 63 on your other roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's find out. This is the first time I've been having you guys roll these checks so many times, and this is the first time it's actually happened. Okay, so
Glad to pioneer this underwater with
Yeah.
a squid wrapped around me.
oh yeah, perfect. It's totally perfect. So 63.
Checks are saving.
Okay. So with a 63, what is happening here is as you are pulled underneath the surface, you feel your bones are starting to weaken, almost like they're melting into a jelly. With your mutation, you are now slightly amorphous and can squeeze into spaces as wide as 1 foot.
What? Yes.
Like a squid, like an
Yeah.
octopus kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought process. Can this creature properly grapple me if I can squeeze down
I'm
into
gonna
a
say
foot
that
space?
you have advantage on saving throws to escape.
A disadvantage on all other saving throws because of contamination.
Yes. So just in this one case, you know what? We'll do it the other way around. I'm gonna give it disadvantage on its checks to try to hold you.
Okay.
Like you're slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bones. I don't got
And
no
that
bones.
is the turn of this horrific mewling creature as it emerges from the water. The water's
So
below.
I'm standing near the edge and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go in the water. And then
then
this
a
tentacle creature grabs me and sucks me down into the water.
And you come up and your arms are all loose and jello-like. Wah.
Inflatable tube man.
Yeah.
But
All right.
much scarier.
Yes.
Thank you, Monty. This is I'm I'm excited.
Enjoy being contaminated. Wilhelm, it's your turn.
All right. So Wilhelm stood at the ready as this witch ran towards him, and he pulls out his sword and yells, "On guard!" And then she runs past him. And so he turns and chases after her.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Right before I move. I get a 17.
You succeed and do not need to make saving throws against their fear anymore.
Wonderful.
Woo.
I run her down and drive my blade into her back. Getting a 21 to hit. And I'm going to apply sneak attack to that with 4d6. Doing 28 damage.
Oh,
It was a good roll.
brutal.
Woo!
That actually leaves her bloodied, and she was at full hit points.
So once I do that, I pull the blade out, I spin around, pulling my crossbow out, and I'm going to fire a shot at her as well. Getting a 14 to hit.
Also a hit.
Amazing. And that's going to be
Just barely a hit.
That's going to be 8 more damage.
Oh, what a turnaround.
And then I parry away and move back a little bit.
Nice. Wrath, it is your turn. From your position, I don't think you can see any of the witches. And you're just only in range of one of them. So I'm going to say you don't have to make a wisdom saving throw. A small mercy considering the circumstances. However, if you end your turn in the water, you will need to make another saving throw against contamination.
I anticipate I will. But let's see what we can do. Okay, so right now I'm underwater. I don't like it.
You're in the water. You're not under the water. You've been pulled
Oh.
into it. Yeah.
Great.
There's thrashing.
I'm gonna try to I'm gonna just suck on my pearl of power.
Okay.
And gain back a third level spell slot, and just keep sort of wrestling with this creature. And at the end of my turn, he takes 4 radiant damage. Bam! First blood.
Alrighty.
As I and try to like hold off this abomination.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I picture you like licked your pearl of powers like that, like a jawbreaker.
Get to the center. Oh my gosh. A 10?
No. Joe.
The 10, that is going to be a failed saving throw.
Oh.
It's going to be another 5 points of necrotic damage. And you are now at level 2 contamination.
Uh-oh.
With level 2 contamination, you do not regain any hit points when you finish a short rest.
Uh-oh.
And roll me a D100.
No, boy. I'm a drowning.
You're getting deliriumed to death.
36.
Okay. This is a cool one.
Yes.
As you drink in the contamination, you're drinking in contaminated delirium. You gain a spell slot.
Hey, bonus.
You gain an additional spell slot of the highest level you can cast to a maximum of 5th level. Since you do have spell slots, you don't. If you didn't have spell slots, you would instead have your hit point maximum increased.
Wow. I'm charging up, fighting this awful creature. Slowly but surely dying, but also a conduit for power, which is exactly how Wrath wants it.
No, I think it's very fitting. You're in the water being fueled by delirium and slowly turning into jello.
And Bruce is watching from the side, trying to caution me against why he avoids water, and kind of rubbing it in a little bit at this moment.
Alrighty. I will just remind you that contamination can only be removed with magic.
So I should probably get out of the water, is what you're saying. I don't want to keep rolling, but it's so fun.
Okay. With that, we move on to our only remaining surviving witches. One charges at you, Wilhelm. The other charges at you, Rudy. Screeching at the top of their lungs. Oh, they can't use their death glare because no one's frightened.
I ain't afraid.
They're going to claw you, Wilhelm. I get a 16 versus you, Wilhelm.
Yeah.
And I get a 23 against you, Rudy.
That hits even with my shield.
So, Rudy, it's going to be a total of 15 points. Max damage. Wilhelm, it's a total of 8.
You mean 4, as I nimbly dodge away from most of it.
Alrighty. With that, Rudy, it is your turn.
All right. I get scratched across the face by said witches, and I'm not happy about it. So I'm just updating that. So I take out all my axes on that one witch. Okay, we're going back to the blue die here. We're not.
Don't mess around.
15 to hit.
It's a hit.
8 damage.
She screeches.
And I screech back at her with another hit of 24 for 7 damage.
The 2 axe blows. She's fighting on despite the pain and the wounds.
16 to hit. For 11 damage.
Just enough. What happens?
Oh, I get her right in the gills.
Oh.
The final like golf swing.
Oh.
And I say, sashimi to you. And then I get to roll 2 more d6s, yay! Because I ran out of temporary hit points. 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 temporary hit points from that. Yay!
Great. Anything else, Rudy?
The elemental's still scared. Well,
Yeah, it's still frightened.
still scared. So it's gonna stay there for now.
Alrighty. Yeah, I can repeat the saving throw, but it has to do so with disadvantage.
Oh, can it?
Yeah.
Ooh, we're gonna do that then. Nope. No, it rolled a 1.
Alrighty.
Wah wah. On the blue die.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Like, do better.
Something swirls within the pool. There's a rippling in the waves, and you hear a voice carried in the air. It is regal, but also haunting in your minds. And it speaks out. I speak directly to my boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Rah, rah, rah.
Was that the squid? Did the squid talk?
Did not seem to be coming from the squid. Wilhelm, it is your turn.
Confused and trying to figure out where that voice come from, and also parrying blows with this witch. Wilhelm's looking around frantically and then snaps back to the witch in front of him and dodges partially out of the way of her claw attacks and then goes at it with his rapier, trying to stab her through the chest.
Alrighty.
Getting a 19 to hit.
Oof.
Yes.
And I will sneak attack. Uh, 24 damage.
What happens?
So as she chases back after me and I'm hearing that voice, I think it actually distracts both of us for a second. And I take that opportunity to pierce the blade right through her heart. And I actually, like, as I pull it out, it pulls out her chest. Like, she just like opens up as I pull the blade out, and like her insides spill out. And I turn, and I'm going to swiftly, as I turn, pull out my crossbow, and I'm going to fire a shot at, can I see the squid thing? Or is it?
I'm going to give it cover from your current location.
And I have disadvantage, I think, because it's so far away. Yeah. So I'm still going to try. I see that Wrath is in trouble, so I'm going to go for it. So disadvantage. Oh, that's not bad. I get an 18.
That is a hit. No sneak attack, but that is a hit.
It's enough to do 5 damage to it.
Every little bit
And-
counts.
I'm going to race towards Wrath, yelling that I'm on my way to help. I'm on my way! Hang in there!
Would it still be covered if you moved first?
I'm tired.
You know,
I'm dying.
Wrath, it is your turn.
As I continue to wrestle with this creature, I'm finally being invigorated with the Pearl of Power and the drinking of much delirium as it courses through my body. I'm going to use my 3rd level spell slot, recovered from the Pearl of Power, to cast Thunderstep and
Nice.
get the heck out of there.
I gotta make a con save. I get a 14 on my con save.
Woo! And I'm gonna kind of go up against the wall and kind of smash into it and try to recover and catch my breath as I am squirrely and my bones hurt, or they might not even be there. Oh baby. 26 damage.
Oh.
Yeah. And he failed his con save?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's rough. That's rough. Alrighty. With the witches destroyed, Rudy, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'll go for the fish in front of me with some axes. 22 to hit.
It's a hit.
Ooh. 12 damage.
They are cut down.
Do I want to you know what? This guy's going crazy. He's stabbing me. He's passed. So we're gonna go with another hit for 19 to hit.
Also a hit.
For another 12 damage.
You end the life of the crazed man in suitably brutal fashion.
And then I start to move away from the... Oh, I can make it to here. And as I'm doing so, I still have my bonus action, and I'm going to shift. Oh, wait. I can't do that because I already have temporary hit points. I'm not going to shift.
Okay.
Because temporary hit points don't stack. Wah wah. So yeah, that's it. That's all the things.
Okay.
Uh-oh. So I'm running towards this thing to save Wrath, and Wrath just explodes out of there.
Oh,
And
and
now-
it also takes another 7 radiant damage from my one-time spell.
Alrighty.
But
Oh,
my
and- Sorry.
my thing is still I'm still burning.
And can the elemental do? Is it still scared even though the witches are gone?
Shrieking. Yes, the elemental is no longer scared.
Okay, the elemental's gonna move towards the water's edge.
Okay. Shrieking and whining, the creature almost turns its belly up and continues to cry and whine as the waters burst forth once more. Spilling up out of the water comes a massive creature the size of a whale. It has a fish-like body with many catfish-like tentacles all careening around its face, and 3 large, ugly eyes in the middle of its head, and a large circular mouth filled with rows upon rows of sharp teeth. As it breaches out of the water, it swaddles around the wounded creature, almost like a motherly embrace. As it reaches around it, coiling around it with its own tentacles, you hear resonating out in your mind a more words. Oh, mind what you're doing. If everyone minded their own business, the world would go a great deal faster.
There's a bigger one? I thought that was the big one.
It seems there is a bigger one out there, and it's none too happy with us.
That must be the
I-
Duchess. Is that
I
the
tr-
Duchess?
I drank so much delirium.
It cries out again, "Where are the nurses? Where are the nurses? Nurse! Nurse!"
Don't back down now. We
Because
have
look-
to... I'll shoot it with a crossbow. Will that help?
I don't know. It seems to want medical attention. I don't know if that's going to help it.
Its three eyes fixate on you, Wilhelm. And you feel it pulling at the edges of your mind as it cries out, "You find them," and you hear this in your mind.
That's...
It says, "You find the nurses. Bring me my babe. A crown, revenge, all will be yours. Bring me my child. Find the nurses." Wilhelm, it is your turn. You hear the begging continuing in your mind, Wilhelm, as it offers you treasure, gold, revenge, crowns. All shall be yours. All shall be yours. Spare the babe.
Wilhelm's like grabbing his head and like kneeling down at the edge of the water, and finally he just kind of like shakes his head and stands up and is just like, "I have had enough of voices in my head to last me a lifetime." And I just run screaming across the edge of the water towards this thing. And I'm going to stab it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I want to be, yeah, cool. I get a 20.
That is a hit.
All right, I'm going to use sneak attack. $27 damage.
As your
Ooh.
blade crashes into the side of the creature, there's a moment where... Have you ever seen a slow motion recording of a water balloon being popped?
Yeah.
Where you see the skin of the balloon ripple backwards, and for a moment there's this shimmering water, and then it collapses.
Yeah.
The skin of the creature ripples like a rubber balloon has been punctured, pulls back, and underneath is all water, and it collapses into the waves with a massive splash.
But-
As it does so, there's a roaring wave that crashes out across all the water. You and Rudy can each make a strength saving throw.
Ooh. 9.
5.
You both fail and are pulled into the water, and both of you can give me Constitution saving throws.
The blue
It's
diamond.
actually
Yeah. Oh,
not
no.
that bad.
I got a 9 on the
20.
saving throw.
23.
Rudy, you
Whew.
succeed. Wilhelm, you take 8 points of necrotic damage, and roll me a D100, bud.
Oh, I've never rolled these D100s before. I get an 84. 84.
Every hour for the next hour, you can roll a d6, and that is how many teeth or fingernails or toenails fall out.
What? No.
Is it? You said every hour?
Every hour. And you continue rolling as long as you're contaminated or until they are all gone.
Over the next how long?
Until they are all gone or until you are no longer contaminated.
Oh no.
Oh. My teeth. The fingernails can grow back, right? Do the teeth grow back? Does it grow back?
Does it count for your toenails too?
Yep, fingernails, toenail. It starts with the fingernails and toenails, and then it goes to the teeth.
Oh no. If it's anything like your eye, we're gonna have to get you more patches.
And Rudy, you are not pulled into the water, however. And Wilhelm, you are now at contamination level 1.
Yep.
It's not that bad. It's okay, Wilhelm.
That's the one that got his spell slots back.
It tastes terrible. Oh.
Okay, Wrath, it is your turn.
Oh no, my friend. I'm running over to the edge of the water. Bruce is gonna start to fly over into the middle of this altar, and then I'm gonna take a shot at this awful tentacle creature. No, oh, a crit! There we go. Can I see it still?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Ooh, not that great. 24 damage.
It is destroyed. What happens?
I run to the edge as close as I can get, and still funneling this radiant energy into an eldritch blast. I just kind of let it off like another cannon. It's this power that's been imbued from my lineage, and it just sort of is like, it's almost like amplified by this awful contamination. So I just let loose this shot that just almost fries the parts that you can see, and then the rest of it just falls into the water unbeknownst.
A roaring voice assaults your senses as the creature appears out of the water once more. And Wrath,
Oh.
you hear it say in your mind with chortling rage, "Be what you seem to be, or if you'd like to put it more simply, never imagine yourself to be not to be otherwise than what it might appear that others might think you were, or might have been, or otherwise be, or what you might have been, or otherwise appear to have been otherwise."
And I shoot it with an eldritch blast as it pierces at my mind, getting a 27 to hit.
It's a hit.
For 15 damage.
Again, the splash of water bursts as as the form is simply popped. Again, like a fist just hitting the surface of the water. A massive splash roars back upwards. And as it does so, Wrath, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. Now I don't have disadvantage, I just can't gain advantage.
Correct.
Right? Okay. Come on. 5.
Beneath you appear, up out of the water, and beneath your legs appear tentacles reaching up out of the water, and they surge towards you, and as they come forward they become extremely thin and start piercing inside your nose and going in through your ears and stinging you all over, and you take 5 points of damage.
These radiant energy saps away from me. I'm gonna turn it off.
And Rudy and Wilhelm, you see Wrath screaming, grabbing at his nose and ears, but there's nothing there in front of him. He's just
get it out. Bruce, help me.
Okay.
My friends, it's attacking my mind.
Rudy,
I do not
it is
know
your
how to
turn.
fight it off.
And it's under the water?
It burst.
Oh, it burst.
You hear in your mind, guilt, you killed them, you destroyed them, you killed it, my boy, my son, my children, you killed it, killer, murderer, deep water, drowning, dying, murder. I'll find your children.
Where's this thing? I call the fire elemental to move in front of me, and I just start like fire bolting the water where like Wilhelm like beside him, because like you just see me immediately be like focus, like my Rudy's face just gets really serious because she threatened her children, but she doesn't know where she's at, so she's gonna take a blind firebolt. I'm assuming with disadvantage. Just tossing it out there. Okay. 20 with disadvantage.
It collides with the water, but there's nothing there to hit.
Nothing there. All right. She's just gonna keep watching out for it.
Okay. It's the end of the round. Wilhelm, it's your turn.
Wilhelm is going to clamber out of the water and run back. And he's going to turn and point his crossbow towards the water and ready in action. So he clambers out of the water. He can feel like his mouth, his hands, his skin, it all feels kind of gross from the contamination. He feels sick as he crawls out of the water. He even loses a fingernail on his way out, you know? And he kind of spits out a bunch of the water and crawls onto the shore, turns, and is just standing there holding his crossbow out. What manner of devil is this? It toys with our minds. Wrath, it's in our heads. It's in
Wrath
our
is
body.
just screaming right beside you.
I turn and I look at him, and it's like kind of one of those shell shock moments where I'm looking, and Rudy's like fire bolting the water. Wrath is screaming. I'm like all disoriented, and I'm just holding. Where is it? Where's the beast? And that's my turn. I'm frantically waiting for it to reappear with my crossbow out and ready.
You hear it calling in your mind, Wilhelm. Falling crowns, falling down, burning, dying, burning rage, revenge. Yes, you see him in your mind. Kill him. What are you doing? Why are you waiting? Kill him.
I don't know where he is.
Take what is yours.
It's not mine.
With that, we go to Wrath.
Am I still panicking?
You can make an intelligence investigation check.
19.
It's not real. They're not real.
Try to regain some composure.
You hear another voice in your mind. Whisper in your mind. I hear it. Yes, you want to please it. Yes, you see it. Yes, the cat's eyes. The other side of Saturn and Jupiter. Cat's the moon.
This creature, I cannot comprehend. I hear voices. I see nothing. It is playing tricks on us. The middle of the altar, is there anything in the altar?
Several delirium shards.
I do not know what this creature pulls from for its power. We should leave. We should escape.
We have to kill it. Where is it? It needs to die, Wrath.
Looking around, is there any indication that I can see in the water where is there even any sort of like creature in the water, or is it just sort of like
Make an Arcana check.
12?
Whatever you are seeing is whatever you are hearing. It is in your mind. It has some power, but the power that is here is reaching out from a distant place.
This is all an illusion. This isn't real. We have to leave now. It has a grasp over this place, this water, this altar. Horrible rituals have been performed here. This is a conduit of its energy. It is not present. As I still try to pull out
Then what are we fighting,
small
Wrath?
things.
What are we fighting?
I don't know. We need to leave. And I'm gonna start running towards the exit, and I'm gonna start smearing ointment all over my face.
Okay. Sure thing. Rudy, what are you going to do?
I say, wait, are we grabbing this delirium or what? Can the fire elemental grab things?
Yeah, you can command it to grab the delirium.
Okay, I commanded to grab the delirium.
Okay. It picks up the
And-
delirium. It picks up the delirium. It takes 3d10 necrotic damage. And it's a temporary creature, but nothing is immune to contamination. Not even elemental creatures and undead. So even an elemental creature can be contaminated, but because it is a temporarily summoned creature, we won't worry about rolling on to see what happens to it.
Okay. Does it pick it up?
Yep, it does.
Okay. It brings it over to me. And can it like put it in my bag?
Yes.
I have like a little pouch. And then I'm like, all right, let I don't know where this thing is doing, but and then I dash towards. Let's see.
Mhm. For funsies though, roll me a d20. Or a
gosh.
d100.
I can get here. Okay. D100?
Yeah.
Just for funsies?
Just to see.
62.
Did we get someone rolled a 63 earlier?
I rolled a 63.
Oh, they're different things. Oh, it doesn't have eyes, but a 62 is your eyes rot.
Me or the elemental?
Well, the elemental picked
elemental.
up the delirium.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 60 for that. Your eyes rot out and are replaced by an octarine glow. You're blind, but you have blind sight to a range of 10 feet.
Good job, Fire Elemental. It now has glowing purple eyes.
It just starts to kind of move forward and it can't really see. It doesn't know
Yeah.
where it's going. So it just kind of wanders.
You're calling?
around.
You're
I'm like, come here. Come here.
under my voice.
Go over this way, please. Keep coming. And it tries to wander, but that's as far as it gets.
Cool. Are you guys going to beat it?
I
Oh, yeah,
I
and
wait.
Bruce runs.
I wait until Wrath and Rudy are both like behind me, and I'm backing up with my crossbow trained at the water, not taking my eyes off of it, just backing up slowly until I'm out of sight of the pond, and then I run with them.
Okay. Which way are you going to go?
Back the way we came, I think.
I guess
Okay.
we could explore the other way.
You are back in the room with all the skins where you swam in. You still have the water breathing spell in effect.
Does the water look different than it did before?
The water here is still the same condition as it was earlier.
We trust getting in this water? I seen what it done to y'all.
I need a moment here. Wrath, what do you think is going on? That was the Duchess. That was the Duchess. I'm sure of it. It seemed to be in charge. It seemed to be the creature that was being worshipped at this place, but we couldn't fight it. There was nothing to fight. It was just an illusion. It was water.
Yes, this creature has some kind of control over this place. I feel different with my exposure to this water. It must have potent properties being exposed to delirium for so long. Rudy, you were able to capture that delirium, but I could see in the elemental's eyes that it was also affected. This place is overly affected by the delirium. I don't think we've ever had a situation where it's been so powerful.
All of you can roll me a d6.
3.
6.
3.
Okay. You hear a screeching coming from the entrance hallway. The way that you came in, there's a roar that resonates down the halls. A draconic roar of some large lizard-like creature.
Oh no.
There was a beast there.
There was a
not?
Hydra back there.
Ah.
We find ourselves in a predicament.
Shall we try the back way in? I know there was another tunnel on the other side. I don't trust going in this water no more. Not when that amorphous blob is all in there.
Did we happen to tell that kind fisherman back in the village that if we're not home by morning to send help?
No, we did not.
Oh. Well, it appears we may be lost at sea for some time until we can find out how to get out of here. I suppose I don't want to go back towards the Hydra, and I don't want to go back into the room with the voices.
Well, there was that back way that Wrath kind of was going to sneak in.
There were other tunnels leading off the main chamber as well.
Perhaps it's worth investigating then to see if we can wriggle our way through to a way out of this mess.
I'm just gonna kind of rub some ointment on my face while we're talking. I'm just like sunscreen.
Yep. It's whatever madness was happening in that room has abated for the time being, but there is a distant rumbling being heard. Whatever that creature is, you've got time before it arrives, but not too much time.
Well, shall we away?
Which way is the sound coming from the roar?
The way that you came in.
So like it's potentially coming through the waterway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say we head back the other way. And go through here. See what's what.
I'm going to try to squeeze down this skinny corridor here. I should be slender enough to fit.
It's stuck a little and I have to push you through.
These chambers were actually open up into the main bits of ruin. There's several pillars. Perhaps this chamber was once twice as long. In fact, looking at it, it looks like what you kind of realize with the architecture in this room is that the altar, this might have once been a temple or a sanctuary or some sort of auditorium of some kind, with the altar actually perhaps being part of the building, because the pillars of this room trace back and line up with the altar in the center there. But whatever was left of it is now long gone. In this chamber, there are two... this chamber shows the signs of the same elven construction. And here are two statues. One is completely ruined, but the other bears the same likeness of the elf from earlier.
Does it have a tablet?
It is holding a tablet.
I can translate. I approach the statue holding the tablet.
Yeah, it glimmers with light as you pull it out of the slot. Do you want to take the time to listen to its message now, or do you want to keep going?
Save it.
Hearing the roars coming down the corridor as I remove the tablet, I turn to my friends and I'm like, best we get somewhere safe and then examine the tablet.
All right, you can all roll a d6.
5.
Oh no.
5.
1.
There is a roar for back over this way. Here it is.
No!
Here it comes.
It's a race now.
It is indeed.
All right. Gentlemen, I say we.
So now we can hear it like very clearly.
Yes,
in the
you
other
can
room,
hear it
right?
very clearly coming for you. Yeah.
Shall we down this hallway, down this other skinny hallway?
I look through the skinny hallway. Do I see a way out?
There is another opening on the other side leading to another cavernous passageway.
I try to squeeze in at the same time as Rudy.
It's a thin opening, but you're able to get through. It leads to another. This room's purpose is lost to time, but it connects back around again. And as you come through into this cavernous room that is filled with more skins, you can see that there is another opening to the south again. Meanwhile, as you move forward, back on the other side, boom, 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 boom.
Just like it can't fit through the skinny hallways.
Maybe not. Maybe they'll just get stuck or something.
But as we run into this room and I see this bigger hallway, I like glance out and I don't think I can see the creature, but like I can see its shadow through like the corridors and stuff.
Yes, you can hear the looming footsteps and the glinting shadows of it approaching.
Is the fire elemental so confused?
The fire elemental is very confused, and then once again, you hear that you hear carried out on the waves. I speak severely to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases. Thump, 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 thump of the incoming footsteps. What will you do now?
Roderick.
I don't know where we're headed, but I say we go.
It sounds delightful, and I wish we could stay, but thank you for your hospitality, and we shall see you later.
Rudy, this control you possess over this creature of fire from another plane, can it buy us some time?
It's kind of just wandering blindly in the other room, so maybe. It just kind of moves around. It doesn't know where it's going.
All right.
10 feet at a time.
You can all roll a d6.
2.
Oh, come on, 1.
2.
Okay. Wilhelm, Rudy,
Yeah.
Wrath, as you come into the next room, you can see approaching through the hallway. There's a fish folk with a shield and a spear, and he shakes it at you and he cries out, "They're here! Don't let them escape! Oh, for the Duchess!"
Oh, I'm coming at it. Listen, y'all are much less scary than that big monster over there, so get out of my way. And I like rush forward.
All right. I'm gonna put us back into the same initiative order as we had before.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to Wilhelm first.
Wilhelm squeezes into the room. And is going to, as he's holding up his shield and flailing, I'm going to use steady aim and line up a shot and try to squeeze it right over top of his shield and into his head. So I'm using steady aim to give myself advantage. Getting a 22 to hit for That's 18 damage.
Headshot, blown away. Wrath, what are you going to do? You can see that there are more fish folk piling through the halls. They're crying out, "Stop them! Stop them! Don't let them escape! They know our disgusting secret!"
Yeah, I follow Wilhelm's lead. Wrath just starts opening fire into the hole. Getting a 15 and a 14 to hit.
Both of those are hits.
For 14 and 6 damage respectively.
You destroy 2 of the fish folk.
And keep running, keeping my pace as we head down the hallway.
All right, Rudy, it is your turn.
All right, I can get to about here, and I see another fish folk, and I'm gonna do a firebolt because it's kind of far away. 15 to hit.
It's a hit.
Ooh, 2d10. 12 damage, fire damage.
Alrighty. That blows this fish folk away. What are you going to have the fire elemental do?
Oh, it's gonna keep wandering this way. Slowly.
All right. So back over here. Fire elemental.
He's a bit blind, so he's not gonna, I don't know. He'd probably not get his full
He's
movement.
feeling.
He's just like, I don't know.
Back over to our friend the Hydra. The Hydra's going to have to squeeze. So it's going to dash, and it's just going to get to here with its full movement. Just squeezes through that hole. It's going to have to squeeze one more time to get through. It's coming to get you. Wilhelm, what are you going to do?
Oh, man.
And just a quick note to correct it. You got to not move for steady aim, unfortunately.
Oh, cool. Good to know. Let me just... Right. Good.
Just because it's super relevant because you're running.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's very fair. I'm going to bonus action dash to here.
Okay.
And I'm going to press up against the wall and ready an action with my crossbow for any monsters that poke their head around any corners.
Alrighty. Looks good to
Nice.
me. Wrath?
I want to get down here. Can I get a look at the creature from across the room?
From where you are, let's see. Can you draw that line? That's a big line.
If I step out into that opening, if I step there instead.
You know what? I'm just gonna zoom right out and see if you can. No, you would need to be there to do it, to draw the line.
It's probably out of range anyways. I'm more interested in just can I kind of see it, or do I, like, not for the purposes of attacking it or casting a spell?
You'd
but
need to
just
be in
seeing if I
that.
could...
That's the square you'd need to be in to draw.
Okay.
To draw it, it's almost, but not quite.
Okay. Well, it's coming. And I'm gonna ready an action that the first creature I see, I'm just gonna attack it with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, Rudy, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see how far I can get. Oops.
First enemy creature.
I can get here. So if I move to here, I'm assuming I can't really see that fish.
You can kind of see him around the corner. Like, you've got line of sight, but he's got cover.
So if I do a firebolt, disadvantage?
No, he gets. I'm gonna give him +5 to his AC.
Okay, I'll take another firebolt. Just firebolting as I go. That's 7.
Yeah, I'm afraid not. The fish folk charge forward towards you, Rudy. One charges around the corner. This one makes its attack against you, Rudy, getting a 17 to hit.
Nah.
And several more flood into the room.
And that one that came around the corner triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Eat them.
We get some shots. Yeah.
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 You both get a shot.
I get an 18 against the one that rounded the corner.
It rounds the corner into a bolt from your crossbow.
So right as it turns the corner, like with it doesn't even
Just
complete the
right,
turn.
right in the eyeball, just slips, and another
Yeah.
leaps right over it. And Wrath, your Eldritch Blast.
Only a 10.
It's a miss though. The other gets through, and it's going to step
Goes
forward.
wide.
It had to dash to get there, so it's not quite through. Alrighty. With that, the Hydra.
When the fire elemental moves forward a little bit.
Alrighty.
Just a little bit. It's like a half speed. It's like,
Yeah, so the
oh.
Hydra's got to squeeze to there, so that's half its speed to there. And then I'm gonna, it ends up there basically, with by dashing through. Face to face with the fire elemental. Back over to the party. Literally. Wilhelm, it's your turn.
Wilhelm steps forward and lunges at this fish folk in front of him. Getting a 12 to hit?
That is a miss, I'm afraid, by 1 point.
Oh man.
Yeah, he raises his shield and blocks it at the last moment.
I then take my crossbow and try to stick my hand over his shield to shoot him in the head. Critting. And I'm going to use my sneak attack.
I think you got him. I think you got him.
Yeah. You hit him in the brain, point blank, splattering fish guts and brains all over the just point blank headshot.
Yeah,
Bam!
So he blocks my rapier with the shield, and I literally just take my hand, go over his shield right up to his forehead, and shoot the crossbow into his forehead.
I imagine you.
Do you want to roll the
stab
10d6 to see how much damage it is?
Do it.
I imagine
Kind of.
you stab his shield with your rapier and then pull him close almost, and then
Are we
just
doing-
point blank him.
Yeah. Are we doing the brutal critical? Or
Oh
are we
yeah,
doing-
so it would be 5d6 plus, let's see, 5 times 6. Yeah, so 30. So it's going to be
30.
like 34 plus whatever you roll. On a 1 hit point minion.
It's 48 damage.
So you kill him 48 times over.
Yes.
Overkill.
His head explodes with it. Like there's just fish everywhere.
Like you're mad that he blocked the.
I am mad. That was a perfect lunge. Did you see him dodge my perfect? He's a fish folk. He can't dodge a perfect lunge.
You see me from around the corner. I'm like, beautiful technique.
Thank you, Rudy. Thank you.
Would you like to move or do anything else, Wilhelm?
So from where I'm standing, is this open? This hallway? Does it continue?
No, that is the hallway does not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Then-
ends there.
I'm going to move down this corridor towards the rest of these fish folk.
Alrighty. Wrath, over to you, bud.
Okay, looking in the Oh my gosh. Real quick, I want to know, when I look at my robe of useful items, can I identify some of the patches
Oh yeah.
that are on this
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
What do I have on available of the ones that are rolled?
One of everything.
Okay. Good to know. I'm going to continue my runaway. Standing behind Rudy, I'm going to take some shots, like the one that she's engaged with.
Yep.
I crit it.
Oh.
So and then I just blast it. And I want to do a cool slide underneath her with my ability. I slide through her with my boneless shape and form. I slide between her legs as I blast this creature, emerging on the other side, and try to take another shot at this next one, getting a 26 for 12 damage.
Boom.
As Bruce is in tow.
Rudy, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move up to this fish folk. Take a swipe. For 26 to hit.
You cut him down.
Yeah, I automatically just.
Yeah.
And then that was 20, and I think I can move at least there and take a swipe at the other guy. 19 hit.
They're cut down.
You can move 5 feet. I'm like, come on, boys. What do I see down this hall?
Alrighty. Opening
Oh,
up.
and the elemental moves a little bit forward. A little bit forward.
Opening up into the next chamber. No, don't conceal, reveal. This is a much larger chamber of similar construction to the ones earlier. There seem to be the faint markings of some elven runes on the floor, and then finally there is a cube-shaped box bearing each facet of the box has a face that an elven face on it that looks somewhat familiar.
Are we still in initiative order, or is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
One last time, because the Hydra is gonna have its day. I get to make 5 attacks against the fire elemental.
Old Blindy.
Old Blindy.
You can do it, fire elemental.
I'm just gonna check it.
Yep.
What kind of damage does it do?
This crazy Hydra, the lowest to hit is an 18 to hit against the fire elemental.
Oh, it hits it.
Out of its 5 attacks.
Yeah, it's got an AC of 13. So.
So it makes the grand total is going to be 50 points of piercing damage across the 5 attacks which technically get halved down to 25.
He's still going. He's so strong.
Oh my gosh.
Buy us time, Blindy. That's its name, right? That's what we're naming it.
He's just struggling
Delirium
with this new delirium eyes.
Yeah.
He's just getting used to them. He's not blind. He's just learning a new way of seeing the world.
Back over to you all. This chamber looks barely used by the fish folk. As you stumble into it, what do you do? Beyond the roars of the Hydra, you hear no more cries coming down the hallway.
As we stumble into this room and I notice the elven markings, first of all, can I make any sense of the symbols on the floor?
They appear to be very, very quickly an epithet or an inscription.
And the box, is it a stone box, or is it a metal box, a wooden box?
It's stone, marble.
You recognize the faces on it?
Yeah, I'm like
It
glancing
resembles
at it.
the statues.
I'm going to pick it up.
You pick it up, and as you go to pick it up, there's actually a moment where you feel like a click as it detached from something, and you can see that there is a latch underneath it that was holding it in place. It
Uh-oh.
recedes back into the pedestal.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Roll a d6.
Oh.
I got a 2.
There's a ka-chunk and a flicker.
Uh-oh.
and something sputters.
Uh-oh.
And then there's a ticking noise. Click, 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 click,
I
click,
set the
click,
box
click,
down
click, click.
and I run and jump back out.
Wait, we can't go that way.
When you put the box back down, do you put it back down on the pedestal or just drop it?
I like set it back down right where I got it, and I run
Okay.
towards the door.
Run.
Make a dexterity check.
A save or just a check?
Check.
I get a 22.
All right. You put it back down, and as you put it back down in place, the clicking stops.
Shall
I-
we try the other door?
Try the door. I still think this box might be of value. I don't quite know what was going to happen, but perhaps it's a grab and run scenario.
Is this door blocked, like this area?
Nope. Yeah, no, the door's just closed.
I open the door.
There's a hallway beyond.
You mentioned there's 2 pedestals, right?
There's 1 pedestal and 2 pillars.
Oh, okay, pillars.
I pull out. Let's see here. I pull out my hooded lantern that I have. Does it feel roughly the same weight as the box that I just picked up, or would I need to fill it?
Grab a couple of the arrowheads from the few more things from your pack, a few bits of junk to weigh it out.
Yeah, I fill the hooded lantern with
I'm gonna start helping you, and then I'll
debris.
take stuff out. I'm holding my hands out so you can like put stuff back in my hands that you don't need.
Yeah,
as
and
you find the weight.
I try
At
to
the
find the
door.
exact weight, and then I approach the pedestal, holding the hooded lantern. All right, I'm going to try something now.
Okay.
In one swift movement, I remove the box and put the lantern down.
Roll a d6.
I got a 3.
It latches off, and then there's a latch onto the lantern, and you hear the latch just going ka-chick, 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 like it's trying to latch on, because there's a groove on the bottom of the box. It's trying to latch back onto it again, but it's not. It's just this latching noise, but not the ticking noise from before.
It
Run
seems
away!
confused. Let us depart, friends.
Run
And
away!
All right, heading back to the Hydra. So the Hydra took a bunch of damage from attacking a fire elemental. But it's going to continue its attack against the elemental. Hitting with every attack.
Does the elemental get to attack it?
Yeah, yep. Roll 2 attacks.
Okay. It's gonna actually step on top of the Hydra and just get up all in its biz. So I don't know how much damage it does.
Roll 2 attacks for it, and then it'll do 1d10 for lighting it on fire.
10 to hit.
That's a miss.
18 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll them up for me.
So the one hit is 10 damage, and then it was
Another d10.
another d10. 4.
The remaining attacks are going to be enough to destroy Blinken afterwards, though.
No!
And the Hydra surges forward. But it does take
Old
another
delirium
ton
eyes.
of damage from attacking a fire elemental.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Back to y'all. What's it going to be?
Run away!
Yeah. As soon as we think it worked,
I
book it.
I throw the stone cube, the marble cube, into my bag, and I say, rule number 40, combat is a skill, but so too is innovation. And I flee out of the room.
Alrighty.
I guess we dash.
As you dash forward, you finally come to a broken down chamber at the end. You are standing in the bottom of a well, and you can see the night sky above you. You are at the bottom of a 150-foot well. Below you is the broken remains of a ladder.
How
It's just
broken is
mean.
it?
It's just mean at this point. No!
Wrath, could you? Could you help? Can you rebuild the ladder, make us fly, make us float, make us like any sort of spell will do. Like there has to be 100 spells capable of getting us out of here, right? Right, Wrath? You have something, right? You have an idea, a plan.
I proceed to use the skywrite spell to write help with throw down ladder. I've got nothing.
Boys, I guess we're climbing.
Hold on. I pull out my rope again, and I'm going to tie it to a bolt again. And I'm going to try to fire it. Does the well have like an overhang at all, like a wooden overhang at all?
No. There's a bucket down here, and it looks like the bucket was once attached by a chain or a rope, but this well is dry, aside from a small pool at the bottom here where you're standing, and the ladder that was all the way down it is just smashed.
I have a rope and a bolt.
How did the fish folk come this way? They must have had a...
I mean, they could have just been hanging out in the pedestal room and come from the other direction. Or maybe they just flop right down the well. I don't know.
I just take my axes out and I start climbing.
Alrighty.
I hand you one end of the rope.
Okay.
Okay. Rudy, you can make an athletics check.
Oh. 25.
Alrighty, you climb 30 feet up. Anything else from the rest of you guys as you from the bottom of the well?
I'm keeping guard with a ready to action.
Yeah, nothing. Watching Rudy.
Did you use the second spell slot that you got, Wrath?
No, I still have a 4th level.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, our friend the Hydra back over here. Now the Hydra technically, because of the damage it took from the fire elemental on the previous 2 turns, it would have lost 2 heads. And it took that from fire damage. So it would have been prevented from regenerating those ones. But it's now the end of its turn and it hasn't taken any more fire damage. So it now has 7 heads. And it regains a bunch of hit points. And it's coming to get you.
Wrath, what about... I've seen you teleport. Can you teleport us out?
What are you going to do?
It's too far.
Too far.
Oh, does your magic teleport go further? No, I'm sorry. I've had a lot of tentacles in my head today, and they were not welcome.
I yelled
don't mean
down,
to
I'm like,
take my anger on you.
How far can you teleport?
Maybe 90 feet.
Perfect. All right. So as I'm climbing, I'm like, I got Wilhelm's rope, part of it. I got 50 feet of my own. If you can get up to the rope, if I can climb to the top, then we'll get there.
All right.
We should take the. We should leave the strongest climber. Who would that be?
I'm climbing to the top.
Is there any? Can I get any purchase on this? On this
On the
well?
on the wells, yeah, you could try climbing. Yep, with a rope. If you're following the rope of a primary climber with the bricks of the well, it's a very easy climb.
You know, we're gonna start with the robe of useful items, a 24-foot wooden ladder. So I rip out a patch and I throw it on the ground, and it shoots up right below Rudy, and I just start to elegantly climb the.
That would have been useful a moment ago. And I'm already
Alrighty, so
higher than it.
you're 25 feet up. Okay, Wilhelm, what are you gonna do
I follow behind Wrath.
on the ladder?
Yeah.
Okay, and Rudy, you're gonna continue climbing.
Yeah.
Give
I'm
me an
higher than the
athletics check.
ladder now. 12.
Alrighty, you make no progress this turn. You only get 15 feet up. So not no progress. You make halfway up.
I
You
find it
slip
a little bit
bit.
harder to find
Yeah.
purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's as far as you get this turn. Our friend the Hydra continues to squeeze. Really, it's really got to squeeze this time. It's got a really small hole to go through, but it'll do its best. That's gonna take it a little while to get through those. We'll see how it does.
And we can still hear it, right?
Oh yeah, it's like banging on the walls, like trying to clamber and crawl through after you. Okay, Rudy.
Climb it again? Or are you guys climbing?
Yeah. Are you starting the climb?
I just got climb, so I think.
No,
Right.
it's back to you.
Oh, it's back
Yeah.
to me. Okay. Oh, yay! 26 to climb.
Alrighty. So Rudy, you are now 75 feet up. You are halfway there. Wrath and Wilhelm, what are you two gonna do?
Rudy, are you throwing down a rope?
I've got a rope, but I haven't stuck it into the wall yet.
Okay.
So I'll be able to throw down when I'm at the top 100 feet of rope.
So we got to get it up another 25 feet. Let's go. I'm going to try to climb off of the ladder.
Okay. If you try to climb off the ladder on your own, give me an athletics check.
Yep. I get a 4.
You don't even start, and you stumble and you fall back down to the bottom. You can make a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself on the ladder.
Can I help? Can I try to catch him since I'm behind him?
Yep.
I get an 18.
Alrighty. Wilhelm helps
slide
you,
back
and the two of you are, and it catches the two of you.
We're in a conundrum.
Oh,
Wilhelm.
keep going, bud. Keep going.
It's like you pushing my butt and I'm making no progress.
Yeah.
I'm just sliding across this
You're like
the walls.
you like fall and your foot like is in my face and you're like propping yourself up. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're going.
Alrighty. Rudy, come on. Let's see what you got.
17.
All right, you continue to make progress. You are almost there.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get us the rope at the top. And then
What
we'll
about
pull you-
Wilhelm and Wrath? Are you two just going to wait it out?
I'm going to now. I step over in front of Wrath and I start trying to climb.
Give me athletics.
I got a 12.
Alrighty, you make 15 feet of progress up.
Like this. Ha!
You're,
This is
Wilhelm,
hard.
you are 40 feet up.
This is far more difficult than Rudy makes it appear, Wrath. I don't judge you.
Alrighty. The Hydra is now at a point where it has to start smashing into the walls because it can't get it's too big to get through. So it is clawing and smashing with its heads. And in fact, it's smashing against them so recklessly, it's like braining its own heads to do it. So as it smashes its head against the walls, like it blows up its own heads that regenerate and grow back, and it just keeps smashing and smashing and smashing and smashing and smashing. You got a bit of time, but when it comes here, it's going to have a lot more heads.
Why does it hate us so much? What does it have against us? Raph, what did we do to spite it?
We snuck by and it got mad. The guard dog,
Rudy, you're almost
Alrighty.
there.
You hear
Rudy?
me echo down. Come on. Another 9 plus 8. Yes, 17.
Alrighty. You are 135 feet up. You are 15 feet away.
Close.
Alrighty. There's more smashing down the hallways. Wilhelm, Wrath, what are you going to do before Rudy makes one more attempt?
I'm scrambling. I'm going to just keep trying to scramble up the wall.
Alrighty.
Is that another athletics check?
Yeah.
I don't.
12. It's a 12.
You scramble up 15 more feet. Rudy, one more athletics check.
Come on. Oh, 15 plus 8. So
You get over the top. You're
I
able
toss
to
the rope down.
You're able to toss down a rope. The two of them are able to tie themselves off. You pull the rest of everybody back up. You're on a peninsula. You're on a cliff looking over the sea in front of the lighthouse. A bolt of lightning cracks through the air as you drink in the night air of the sea. And that is where we're going to take our break. And we are back from our much needed short rest, ready to wrap things up for 2020.
If you are enjoying the stream and you'd like to help support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can find out how by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes. We have a phenomenal Discord community that is exclusive for our patrons. You can join us on Discord and chat with us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim. You can hang out with us for our monthly Q&A sessions, submitting questions through our Patreon. You can take part in our monthly writers' rooms, where you can help Monty and I come up with scripts for new episodes. So please join us on Patreon and join us on Discord as well.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store, where you can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts, including Yes, 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 the Dusk Wardens, and way bigger than ducks. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
And in our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. These have graciously given us permission to use these assets in our stream games, but you can use them at your table too. And we encourage you to check out and support these amazing creators. Our virtual tabletop with Roll20, battle maps by Alex Vendara of Neutral Party and Ross McConnell of 2 Minute Tabletop. Custom maps made using Dungeon Fog and Wonder Draft. We have player character artwork by Jeremy Cole, NPC token artwork by Matthias Bourbon, monster token artwork from the D&D 5e Monster Manual and other source books, spell effects tokens by Gabriel Picard, and music by Tabletop Audio. So thank you to all those amazing creators, and check them out for yourself.
We also have a very exciting announcement to make regarding the future of Drakkenheim.
Yeah, be sure to join our mailing list. We'll have the links in the video description below, because you'll want to find out when Dungeons of Drakkenheim is coming to Kickstarter. Kelly and I are going to be working with the awesome folks at Ghostfire Games, the creators of the Grim Hollow campaign setting, to bring Drakkenheim to life in a Kickstarter campaign in 2021. So if you are interested in picking up your very own campaign guide to run your very own Dungeons of Drakkenheim campaign, you'll want to join that mailing list for the latest news and updates. Or if you're part of our Discord server on Patreon, you can also chat with us in our awesome behind the scenes and Kickstarter chats. We're going to be talking about all sorts of cool things coming up over the coming months as we head into 2021 when we actually launch the campaign.
And for those of you watching this live, make sure to check out those links, which will be coming out. That's this Friday on our YouTube. When this video goes live on YouTube, you will be able to find the links to the email list in the description there. So the big email list launch is happening on Friday. Keep in mind that this is our last game of Shadows of Drakkenheim for 2020. The story is not over yet. However, we will be continuing in the new year. However, one of our party members is leveling up and starting a new player into the world. And so Jill will be taking a bit of an extended leave. And so we will be returning on January 12th with more Untold Tales of Drakkenheim, featuring special guests that will be joining us to playtest some of the new, never before seen locations that Monty and I have added to the Drakkenheim city that you can try out in the upcoming book. So make sure to tune in when we return for some sneak peeks at some never before seen locations. And we're also going to be trying out some new Tasha's subclasses. So you can see that as well, which will be a lot of fun.
Indeed, indeed. Well, let us return to the shadows for one last brief moment. The rumbling subsides after some time as the three of you catch your breath on the edges of this tumble-down, ruined well overlooking the sea. Before you are the last remnants of some ancient farmhouse, perhaps, lost utterly to time. You can see that the pathway here leading up to this well indicates that maybe the fish folk regularly use this as a secondary entrance to the cove. Far off in the distance, looking out over the mist-shrouded sea, you can see just the barest suggestion of the lighthouse in the distance, the distant motes of light of Dransmond and the other fishing villages, and the strewn-together flotilla of the boats of the villagers of Ashafen. Looking down the coast, not a single light shines from either the lighthouse or Ashafen. Surmising from the number of fish folk you slew, you might have just depopulated an entire village.
Not again.
It's the first time we've done this.
They were beyond saving.
It's true.
Yeah, I agree. This is far less confusing than Schaffberg, but I can't fathom what we're dealing with. The monsters, the mind warping. This book of rules there's nothing in here that accounts for otherworldly horrors. This is all dealing with chivalry and proper engagement for a duel. And what do I do with tentacle monsters and mind warping entities?
You do what you can, and that's what we're doing. We're doing what we can, figuring out the mysteries. Of course, this town was much further lost to the monsters that this delirium seems to be causing. I think we need to get to the root of this, but look at y'all. Y'all are not in a state to be taking on any more monsters.
Rule number 98, and as I say rule number 98, one of my teeth falls out.
Now you have a lisp?
No matter the situation, never lose your cool. Never.
I just pat you on the back.
Rudy's right. We have to continue our mission. If we figure out what's causing all this and we stop it at its source, no others can be harmed by this intrusion upon their lives. These poor villagers were lost to something greater than even we can fully comprehend.
I'm not comprehending anything.
And this sickness that ravages us is only a mere glimpse at what affected them. They seem to have been turned into some other creature. The Duchess penetrated our minds. I've never felt anything like that.
Wrath, are we going to die? Am I dying? Is this...
We're all dying.
Okay.
Just know that it's going to be a little faster for both of us if we don't maybe speak to River. She has been to Drakkenheim. She knows another place where there is a concentrated power. Maybe she has seen symptoms like this before. Maybe she can help.
Well, I mean, are we still in the haze?
You are.
Well, we can't contact her until we can get out of here. I think even y'all, Wrath, you took more of that delirium than any of us. I'd be worried about your state and what you're able to do now. Maybe we need to get in touch with the river before we can move forward with this and tell her what we found. Tell her what we know.
It's a good place to start.
If we can get back to the village and then outside of the village clear the haze, we could potentially contact her and maybe even let our teammate, our that man know, Aubin know about the fate of his kin.
But do we just walk out of the haze? How are we gonna get out so that we can contact River?
You're on land, and so you're not very far from the edge of the haze in this area. By going further inland to the south, within an hour or two, you will be out of the haze on land. The road you can get, because this is a bay, you're not on an island. You're still on the mainland. So by following the coast, you could get back to Dransmond. It's about 90 kilometers away. That's about 50 clicks. So at meeting a good pace, you could probably make it back to Dransmond in 2 to 4 days over land. If you needed to get back there, your boat is down at the cove now, and that was a rowboat. So but again, it's not like you're stranded on an island. You're still on the mainland. But yes, one of the things, Wrath, that you know about delirium contamination is that it doesn't go away when you rest. In fact, every time you take a rest, there is a chance it gets worse on its own. So it is not like exhaustion. It does not go away when you rest. It gets worse when you rest. So the longer you have the contamination, the worse it gets.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for us in that concentrated area. That delirium was quite strong, and although delirium has its uses in its raw format, it can be quite deadly. Both Wilhelm and I have been exposed.
I say we need to get you back to River then and figure out a way to heal you up. I'm sure she has some sort of magic, if you don't, Wrath, to help with this.
I'd like to keep as many of my teeth as I can.
I mean, that would be a bonus.
We could steal a bigger boat. The townspeople may not need it anymore.
We see any bigger boats down by the docks?
All the docks were taken away. All the boats left the docks. But the boats that are in this flotilla, there are some larger boats that could probably make the trip in about a day and a half.
All right.
Isn't that the same amount of time it would take us to walk?
Walking along the land would be about 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
This way we do not have to rest. We can, or at least we can maybe tend to our wounds along the waterway.
I fear I'm falling apart, friends.
Now, how are we going to get to this flotation device? Do we see any rowboats around that we can get to them?
You'd have to swim.
Can I see the patches on Wrath's cloak?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you?
I spin you around. I'm like, is there anything useful on here? Wrath,
fine. Well, and I'll hand you the patch for the rowboat.
Oh, great. I was like, well, this is handy. How do I you use this thing?
Throw it at the ground.
Wait, are we at the top of a cliff?
We have to portage it now. Down.
Yeah.
I can portage.
Okay. It's brutal to portage it down, but you do manage to do so. So you want to rowboat out and get one of the larger boats and head back to Dransmond. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So in this case, what I will do is have you all all I need from Wilhelm and Wrath is a Constitution saving throw.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've been doing so well with them.
I got a 13.
I got a 10.
You both succeed.
Oh!
So your contamination does not worsen. Wilhelm, as you come out of the haze, you guys can treat Wilhelm a little bit as his fingernails and teeth are falling out. So Wilhelm, I would like you to roll me a d6 for each of your fingernails, toenails, and teeth. And that is how many teeth, fingernails, and toenails you lose over the journey back. And we will say that the 6s are exploding. So if you roll a 6, roll another die, and that's how many more you lose.
Okay, wait. So, like, am I rolling for each fingernail?
No. Roll a d6. That's how many fingernails you lose.
2.
Roll a d6. This is how many toenails you lose.
6.
Roll another d6.
6.
All your toenails fall out.
Yeah. It must hurt to put on boots. Like your socks are just.
I'm sick of wet boots. I'm sick of wet. I like pull my boots off and all my toenails come with me. No!
No! Put your boots back on.
I don't think that's
beyond.
water.
Oh, that's...
And you know what else? It smells wrong.
Oh. And my teeth, I have to...
Yep, roll a d6. That's how many teeth fall out.
4 teeth fall out.
4 teeth fall out.
This is all 4 front ones.
No.
Give us a smile.
roll a d6 and we'll see. And on a 1, you lose at least 1 front tooth.
It's a 2.
Okay, you don't lose any of your frontmost teeth, but some of them, like a molar and the side, they fall out.
Your wisdom teeth come out.
And and it's like they rot. Like your breath reeks.
Once we get onto the big boat, like during this journey, I stay below deck. I don't come out. I don't, like, my hood is up. I'm not seeing anybody.
Every time you're around, I'm like prestidigitating a small like puff of wind to put the scent away from me.
And do you send a message to River?
Yes.
Yep. She says, her reply comes quickly. She says, you are in dire condition. If you have been contaminated, you need to return to Dransmond. I'm going to get you a priest.
Is it to say our last rites? I suppose that could be a good enough reason.
At least she's gonna do something to help and get us some healing.
It must be serious if River's calling upon a priest to help.
Maybe he'll give us some tips. Maybe something to do it ourselves because we're going back. We'll have to talk to them.
There has to be a way that the Duchess lives in the water. And we can't go in the water.
Well, we can go in the water. It's just not going to be terribly pleasant.
We need to find a way to resist this. Or even at least a way to avoid the heavily concentrated areas. I had never seen anything in that pool before. It was thick. The water itself didn't seem contaminated up until that by the altar. That's where it became too much.
Yeah, and I mean, I brought the delirium back. I don't know if it's any different from the ones we've seen, but maybe River will be able to do something with it.
Your stolen boat limps back into the Dransman harbor, and River's apprentice is there to meet you and bring you back to the Kraken Manor. There are a few other matters that you must attend to. It is up to you to decide what you would like to do first. You have the tablets that you recovered as well on your way back. You could go over those, or you could speak with River. Or if there's anything else you would like to do, what would you like to do first?
I mean, first on my list is contamination, dealing with that.
Yeah.
As you return to Kraken Manor, River is pacing in the common room as you arrive. And as you come up into the room, she comes right up she looks at you, Wrath. She looks at your face. She grabs your chin, kind of looks inside your eyes, looks inside your ear, and then says, "Excuse me, Mr. Wilhelm." She looks under your hood and pulls it down. "Come upstairs."
Yes, ma'am.
One that's squishy and one that's falling apart.
I did not know it would be so powerful there, so concentrated.
This creature that we are dealing with here in Ash Bay, I expect a full report from you both. But if you are suffering from delirium contamination, we have a problem. This is part of the reason why no one must know that you are working for the Academy. Understand? You're going to need to go and talk to the Flamekeeper here in Dransmond.
Are they expecting us?
No, they're not. But they are going to be happy to see you when you bring them gold.
All right.
The Flamekeepers have developed a spell. It is a prayer that they invoke to the sacred fire. It can purge the contamination from your body. It is similar to the magic that their paladins use to destroy delirium. Go and ask the Flamekeeper. Pay her to cast this spell. Your money spends just as good as anyone else's. So do it.
And how much are they expecting?
I don't know. It could be several hundred gold.
Do we have means of avoiding this sort of contamination in the future, or is this just another part of the job that I didn't know we signed up for?
We do. We have a method. We have a potion that offers some measure of protection against the haze and against the contamination. It is expensive to produce, and our quantities of it are very limited. But I can procure you some.
Yeah, that would be helpful, River. You know, I understand that supplies might be limited, but if you're about to send us into a haze-ridden trap filled with fish folk that reach out to your mind and make your teeth and fingernails fall out and your bones disappear, it would be convenient to have a potion or two to help us along the way.
Yes, it would be. And we would like to provide as many as we possibly can, but we didn't know that this threat existed here yet. And the essential component of the potion is a plant that only grows in the ruins of Drakkenheim.
Well,
sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right.
I think we also may have discovered something that may be able to tell you where these contaminations may be happening. There was
Too
a
true.
piece of technology. I don't know even what to call it. What would you say, boys?
A map of this entire world.
But it wasn't on paper. Not like a
It
paper
was
map.
Yes.
It was like
What Rudy's describing is almost like an elven concoction that, through our understanding of the elven language and magic, we determined is very old, but was almost like a viewfinder into the current this current world.
Did you find these were in the elven ruins?
Yes.
that were on the coast by Ashafen.
Yes.
Fascinating.
How much do we know about what happened to the elves' temples? 10,000 or so years ago, they just stopped being used.
I want to talk about this. This is a key discovery, and I know that you made a great sacrifice and personal risk to retrieve this information. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I think you should take care of yourselves. You have been through a lot, but you have accomplished a lot. Go see the Flamekeeper.
All right.
Take care of your body, and then we can make our next steps.
Once we're better, we have a lot to talk about.
All right,
I
let's head
stumble
over.
out the door with my knobbly, gross-smelling feet and my bad breath mouth.
Now, when we go and visit this Flamekeeper, they will ask us questions. We do not work for the Academy.
Right.
But further...
Are we going to stick with our fisherman
fish.
story?
We went to Ashafen to fish.
Well, further, how did we exactly acquire such grave sickness?
Ashafen.
Ash.
Hell of a place.
Do you have a small piece of delirium?
We actually, and I open up my bag and show her all the delirium that we got.
She looks at it. Her eyes widen. Tell them you found the strange stone. You touched it and it made you sick. Tell them you don't know what it is, and if they ask for the stone, let them take it. That would
You
be
want
my
the rest?
advice.
Do you
We'll
want the
take
rest
one.
of these
Of
stones?
course I do.
Okay. Just leave us the smallest piece.
Yeah, give us like a handheld size
Like a
piece.
like a
a
shard.
modest, but not an entire haul.
And will you pay us for the rest so that we can afford this treatment we're going in for?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. Sounds like berries to me.
Do you have coin right now?
I have some.
We have
Very well.
actually a lot.
We have a lot. We're pretty rich. We're cash rich right now.
I've been keeping track of like the group. We found 3,000 and a hot gem at one point, so we have a lot.
I have 730 for my personal.
Yeah, I have like 800. Yeah, we're good. We're
Yeah.
rich.
Plus
I mean, River, our pockets are quite light. The Academy should be able to front us for the gold required to pay for the removal of our sickness.
Very
Also
good.
500 worth of gems.
Excellent. In that case...
And you're going through my robes and you're like finding the other stuff.
Rule number 63, gold has no value to the dead, so I guess it's best we spend it to get better so we can keep spending it.
Of course.
Very well. In Dransmond, the High Flamekeeper here at the cathedral has taken up with the cult of the falling fire.
Mm.
Do not go there. They will not give you this respite. You must go to one of the traditional Flamekeepers in one of the smaller chapels.
Mm.
Understood?
Yeah.
They're still willing to take money for their services, at least from what I still understand. So if you go to Dransmond, and if you go into the town and ask them for the services, hopefully they'll provide it to you.
All right, we'll see if we can go to one of the smaller chapels and get some healing.
There's two. There's Port Hope Chapel and Lamplight Chapel. I think Flamekeeper Sorsha or Constance are their names that run them.
I like the sound of the lamplight one. Sounds pleasant and warm and...
Lamplight or...
There's a bit of blood in another tooth.
Not trusting my abilities and due to my current sickness, I'm actually gonna leave my academy robes at the inn and just wear like a common dress, and I'm gonna sort of hide any academy paraphernalia. I'm not even gonna try to mask it. Just knowing like my current condition, just gonna kind of show up as like a
Are we dressed
myself
as common folk? Is that the idea?
I'm just trying to hide my my allegiance to the academy in any way I can.
So you dress down. Then.
I dress down. I
dress
really
up.
try to...
Wilhelm pulls out like some elegant wear and like puts on a nice shirt and like tries to not look like a disgusting heap of garbage, but it doesn't work. He just looks like a heap of garbage in some nice clothes.
Alrighty. As you leave the Kraken Manor and head back through Dransmond to the Lamplight Chapel, that's the one you want to go to, or Port Hope?
Go to Lamplight.
Lamplight Chapel
nice.
is in a rather fair but lower class part of town. As you come up to the chapel, it is a small chapel itself made of stone in a rather innocuous part of town. There are several barded horses out the front. They look familiar. These are horses of Silver Order Knights.
Oh no.
Should we approach this chapel or go to the other one?
How far away is the other chapel? Can I see it from here?
It's on the other side of town.
Do y'all remember what we told them?
That was a month ago, Rudy. More. I don't right now. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I think it was nothing.
It was
we ate nothing for breakfast.
The Knight Captain Gloria the Paladin.
Well, I'm glad somebody followed the rule
Gloria
to write it
Hackfield.
down.
Gloria
And-
Hackfield, yeah.
And in that case, I may have to turn it back on. So I become Stephen Hodges, the random person that met the Knight Paladin.
All right, I guess, shall we go in?
Let's make it like it's urgent.
Alrighty.
And I go up to the door and I bang. Is it open?
As you bang on the doors, an acolyte opens and says, "What is the matter?"
Please, my friends, they've been harmed in some way. We need help.
Look at my foot.
I touched it.
The
It has
acolyte
no nails.
looks, and she says, and a look of recognition comes on her face. She turns and says, "Flamekeeper Constance! Constance!" And she says, and she gestures to two of the other brothers, the orderlies around and they come and they usher you in to the chapel. Inside, this is a very unadorned chapel of the Sacred Fire. There are several pews and a large brazier lighting the whole thing with warm fire, and several stained glass windows depicting the many adventures of Saint Tarna and the other saints. But it seems that you have interrupted a discussion of some kind, because there, with there are three women all conferring by the brazier of the Sacred Fire. The first you recognize immediately. It's Knight Captain Gloria Hackfield in full battle plate. She's talking with two other women. One is a very young looking, she probably in her early 20s, jet black haired woman that looks extremely tired. And the other is a larger black woman that is wearing the robes of a high flamekeeper.
Are we interrupting?
They stop, and the three women look at each other and look at the two of you. the acolyte says, Flamekeepers, Knight Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt, but they've got the symptoms. It's happening to them.
Gloria, do you recognize us? We met at the inn not too long ago.
She says,
Several drinks together.
The Emerald Inn.
Yeah, the Emerald Inn. You three look horrible. What's happened?
It's not me, it's my friends. They came across some sort of crystal, some sort of stone, and by touching it, this what happened to them.
I'm the captain of a fishing vessel.
Delirious. He's delirious.
And
And I with my
Wilhelm and
gloves-
Wrath, the two of you can both roll deception checks right now.
Wait, and I don't get advantage on my ability checks, do I? Oh no.
I got a 19.
I got a 24.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I look so out of it that you don't care if I'm lying or not.
The Gloria Hackfield turns to the black woman who wears the robes of the High Flamekeeper, and she says, High Flamekeeper Reed, is this it? Is this the contamination? And the black woman comes forward. She says, You poor, poor folk. Now, don't worry, I'm going to take care of you both. My name is Ophelia Reed, and I've seen this before. Did you happen to see a stone or a fog of some kind or some sort of glinting color that you didn't understand before?
Oh, it was so foggy. There was a lot. I touched a
So
stone.
much cloud.
I actually
man.
elbow you guys and I say, no, we only just touched the stone. And I bring it out in my gloved hand.
She says, May I take it?
Have it. We don't want anything to do with it if it's going to cause this.
Where did you find this, children?
We were on our way to Ashhafen and we came across it and it was such a strange color. My friends just felt compelled to reach out for it.
But she turns to the others. Let me see yous. Come on.
I like walk up and I open my mouth expecting.
Oh, by the light.
Say, this
Oh,
one's gone.
that is a powerful smell.
Is this one?
I mean, he
I
normally
lost-
doesn't smell super pleasant, but this
I'm-
just, makes it a lot worse.
This one's gone. Do you want to see my feet?
Don't take your boots off.
No, show us.
All right.
I
I
step
take my
back.
boots off
Oh.
and
How
I
long
don't
ago
thi-
was this?
oh,
When did
just
this happen?
a couple days, maybe a day and a half, about approximately. It's been berries, I assure you. Just berries all the way through. I'm lying. It hasn't been
I
berries at
take
all.
my back of my hand, and I like fold it back so it touches my elbow.
Oh, that's gross. Wrath, that's gross.
I don't feel as strong as I used to.
Wrath, if we're going to die right now.
My name is Stephen Hodges.
Sorry, I
Feel
get
it-
confused.
Ophelia Reed says,
Steve,
Now,
I say in your mind, Stephen Hodges.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Stephen.
now look, she says, I can help you. You understand? I can help you, but it's not going to be pleasant.
Oh,
Whatever it takes to help him.
Please.
I mean, what do you need? Is there anything we can provide? Help? Do you need gold? I don't know.
Now you're suffering, and I can see that you might not have a lot of means on you. So I can do this for you, and I can purge this from you. And if you can't pay, that's fine. You can help out round here if you can't pay.
We
Is
can
that-
pay. We can pay.
Now
we'll
you
figure something out.
understand that there's other folk that are in much dire sorts than the two of you. It's bad, but and we got to do something about this. But I would just want you to know that we ain't running a business here. This is just so that we can get all the things that we need to actually make you take care of you. You understand?
Of course, no. If anything, I feel like I'm making a donation to the church to help your cause, to help folks like this.
If the light can save us, if the light can make us better.
All right. Well, if you will make a donation in good faith, then we will give you the blessings. It ain't gonna be pleasant, though. You understand?
Whatever it takes, ma'am.
All right.
Reed, was it? Miss Reed?
Are you sure, though? Because you folk... This is... She turns to the others. It's almost 100 gold in the materials we need for it. The reagents. It's at least 100 gold. How much are you charging these poor people for? And there's a thing and back and forth, and they're like, well, most people can't afford it. Ophelia Reed shakes her head. I only need you to cover the custom. Understand?
You said 100?
100 per person. That'll
Alright.
get us all the things that we need. We've got them here, but we need to replace them for the next folks, you understand?
You know what? And I lay down 300 and I say, if it can help anyone going forward, like you're helping my friends, I'll make sure I pay it forward to help unfortunate folk that are going through this too.
You're a kind soul.
Flame be with you.
Ophelia Reed is going to cast the Purge Contamination spell on each of you, okay? This is a new spell that removes all your contamination levels and mutations, okay? Once it does this, however, every contamination level is replaced with a level of exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Y'all are just worn out now.
The ritual itself, as she casts the spell, she takes several specially prepared herbs and purified fluids, and she mixes them into a brew that she boils over the brazier of the sacred fire, and she asks you to drink the burning hot liquid. As it fills your body, she places her hands on your forehead, and you feel magic blaze through your body, destroying the contamination. Afterwards, your body is racked and you both are exhausted. So the contamination is removed, and the contamination is removed from you both, and all the mutations are removed as well.
Do my teeth grow back eventually?
If they weren't your adult teeth, if they were your adult teeth, no. But your fingernails and toenails will start growing back.
They were my wisdom teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna need a few gold teeth or.
Oh, cool!
Fancy.
Get delirium teeth. I hear they're all the rage.
Is there somewhere in town that I can buy gold teeth to put in?
Yep, there definitely is.
Cool.
I'm gonna go sleep this one off.
I go back
Thank
to the
you,
Flamekeeper and say,
Ophelia.
thank you so much for helping my friends. I'm gonna make sure they get the rightest amount of sleep and rest before we move on our way.
Now, darling, you just answer me one question. I don't mean to pry, but you folk don't look like too much. What are you doing with that kind of money?
Go around and do jobs as we travel and learn the world. We're just a bunch of adventurers, I guess you would call us.
All right. And where did you find that stone?
Just a day's walk up near Ashhafen. We're on our way. Like I said, it's only been about 2 days since they got it, but we figured we'd come back right away. without making our way there.
All right.
The symptoms, they came on so quickly.
Ophelia turns to Gloria Hackfield. Let's, you... Not Captain? Maybe you take a few of yours and you ride up by that way, see what you found. Right?
Yeah,
Now,
no more than a day's ride, and it was just by the side of a river. It was strange.
all right. Now you
Now-
know you don't go up that way again now. Understand?
No, of course. We'll avoid that way. I don't want this happening to my friends again, but if we should come across, it sounds like other folks are going through this as well. What should we do if we see it?
If you see that color, if you see them stones, you just get away as far away from that as you possibly can. That's delirium. That's the cursed rock that fell upon Drakkenheim.
Hmm.
That's what and that's what it does. Now you just remember that. All right. Now you don't worry. You don't worry. I'm here with Gloria Hackfield. We know there's a bunch going on. People are hearing lots of things about folk coming up from Illyria, coming on to Drakkenheim, but we're just here to help. We're just here to help, just like we did right now.
Well, we appreciate your help, and of course, if we see it again, we'll stay away, but I worry about other people coming across it.
Well, you tell them. You tell people. They see that stone. They see that color. They stay away from it. And then you tell them that we're here to help.
All right, I'll pass it on. I think that's the least we can do for you helping our friends.
Ophelia, Mrs. Reed, can I give you a hug?
All right.
I kind of slump over and hug her, and I just say, thank you so much. I was so scared.
Is your
Don't
breath
te-
still bad?
Yeah, probably. But I'm like, don't tell them how scared I was. And then I let go.
Beautiful.
All right, let me get my boys back to the inn, and we can rest up. Y'all look exhausted.
I could go for a nap or 4.
As you head back to the Kraken Manor, we have only a few minutes left tonight. What would you like to do before we take our big break?
I get some gold teeth put in. And I feel like it's long rest. Like, I feel like we need to hatch a plan with River and give her all the information we have, show her the tablets, and start planning how we're going to deal with the Duchess.
Alrighty.
I'm going to start studying the tablets and the cube and see if I can begin to understand how they piece together with the globe and the elven runes, if there's any connection.
Inside the cube, when you open it,
Bam!
is a delirium crystal encased in glass and another tablet.
We're going to have to decipher these tablets as soon as we get our rest, and there could be
There's
some vital...
3 tablets now. 3
Yes.
tablets, the delirium crystal, which could be the focus point for this machine. But we also have to be wary of the paladins. If they go up there, they may find we should steer their anger towards the Duchess and away from these elven runes.
I mean, we might need the assist, you know? We could maybe use their help, even if they're setting out to destroy that delirium. There's that spot at the bottom of the cove, the bottom of the water, that we still need to investigate, and the lighthouse.
I mean, worst comes to worst, if they're causing us some trouble, we know there's a Hydra over there.
Would you like to hear what the tablets contain?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I will start with the first tablet. As you play them all, are you going to play them all for River?
Yes.
No.
No?
Okay.
We're gonna play them in the comfort of
In our own.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll learn its secrets first, and then we'll play forever.
This is the message. To you, 10,000 years from now, I am Valtar Banemoon. This is a message. It is part of a system of messages. As I walk the unfamiliar forests of this new world, contemplating the gap on the edge of thought where lies Arcadia, distant and long forgotten, the true measure of life is memory. Looking back, it suffuses life like lightning. What is the value of so long life without such a wondrous treasure? Maybe you will remember. That's the first tablet. The second tablet. Sending this message was important to us. We considered ourselves to be a powerful culture. A danger is present in your time, as it was in ours. The danger is to the body, mind, and spirit. It can kill beyond death. The form of the danger is an emanation of energy. That is that is from the tablet contained in box. The final tablet says, Eventide has bought our survival. Knowledge. It breaks up a little. To slip through the space of the thin places. The fabric of the cosmos. To faraway celestial bodies on the other side of time. But now the time has come to pay the price. To forget what has not yet come to pass. Truly deserving of the title, He Who Laughs Last. To know this scourge evades even it. With dread. So be it then. We shall run until the end of time, blindly, because we could find no other way. Maybe you will, if you only knew what already happened. And that is where we will wrap up for this season.
Oh my. Wow.
What an ending to the year. Just I'm gonna be replaying that over and over again.
I'm gonna ponder that for a while.
Trying to figure it out.
Brutal.
10,000 years.
Something, yeah. So much to decipher there. That's a great place to leave it.
Ah,
We can brainstorm. Hey, audience, help us figure out what is happening.
we call upon you.
Help us decipher these coded messages. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens with all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is where we will wrap things up for 2020. It has been such a wild ride this year, no doubt, from our humble beginnings, getting through, I think, about half as many episodes as we thought we would have this year. But and the switch of format and the break, and now another break. Mm-hmm. But we will be back in 2021 with more Drakkenheim. As we said, it's a big year for Drakkenheim next year.
Woo!
When we come back in January, what are we going to do, Kelly?
When we come back on January 12th, we are going to be jumping into some untold tales of Drakkenheim. While Jill takes a little bit of a leave to look after her new-come baby, we are going to be having some special guest appearances on the show, and they are going to be helping us with Untold Tales so that we can play test and show off some of the never-before-seen locations of Drakkenheim because of the wonderful news that we have for everybody regarding Drakkenheim, which is the launch of the Drakkenheim campaign book. Monty, I'll let you explain.
So we are going to be doing a Kickstarter campaign in partnership with Ghostfire Games, who's going to help, who are the awesome folks behind Grim Hollow, to bring this whole thing to life. We'll be having more news and updates in the coming months of 2021 on when things are going to start, when you're going to be able to get your hands on all these things and all that. So we're still early stages, baby steps, right? We still got a whole book to write, but it's coming. So we have got some links that are going to be coming live shortly. When this is up on YouTube, they will be live, so you can find them in the video description below. So you can join our mailing list, which will notify you when we know more and when we have something to tell you. So that'll give you. So all the details are still forthcoming on all that. And we will continue to. Oh, we lost Jill for a moment there.
Bye, Jill. See you next year.
We will find out as we find out what continues to come forward. So with all that, we're very excited about that, and hopefully we get Jill back so we can continue to let less of our messages come out. But Joe, do you want to take your thank you bit for us?
Yes, guys, for the last time of 2020, I want to thank you that in our game tonight we have a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They have graciously given us permission to use these in our stream games, but you can use them in your own games too. And we encourage you to check out and support some amazing creators. We use the Roll20 for the virtual tabletop, battle maps by Alex Madar of Neutral Party, and Ross McConnell of 2 Minute Tabletop custom maps created using Dungeon Fog and Wonder Draft. Monty, tonight's map was ever so scary, running away from the Hydra. Player character artwork by Jeremy Cole. We have NPC token artwork by Matthias Bourbon. Monster token artwork from the D&D 5e Monster Manual and other source books, spell effects tokens by Gabriel Picard, and of course, music by Tabletop Audio. So a big thank you to all of those artists, and we hope to look forward to using them in the new year.
Just in case Jill's not here, be sure to visit our merch store, which you can find at teespring.com/stores/Dungeon Dudes. You can check out some amazing shirts like the classics Troll Killer, What's the Worst That Could Happen, and some new ones like Dusk Wardens and Way Bigger Than Ducks. So check them out at teespring.com/stores/Dungeon Dudes.
A big thank you, as always, to the amazing Joe, Jill, and Kelly for playing in this fantastic campaign. It has been a privilege to play Dungeons and Dragons with you all through this year. One of the few things that has kept us all sane. Maybe you know, there's like, I can count on one things, the things that have restored my sanity this year, and playing this game with you all, despite all the insanity in it. You know, when you're in a mad fantasy world, the rest of the world seems far scarier, actually. But
is it sad that the world is scarier than Drakkenheim? Anyway,
there's starting to be crossover. They're slowly becoming this like melding.
I want to give a huge thank you to Kyle for all the work that he does for us behind the scenes and for keeping things running in chat. A huge thank you to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin, for running every single session of Drakkenheim, of Untold Tales, of Season 1, Season 2. What a great story it's been so far, and what a joy to play in your games. And what a joy to play along with Jill and Joe. Thank you guys so much for being here with us this whole time. You guys are amazing. It is a treat and a joy to play with such wonderful friends and colleagues. And a huge thank you to everybody out there for all that you do and for watching the show and for taking part in it. Join the mailing list on Friday. We're so excited. I love all of you. Keep it real.
And thanks to you, Kelly, as well. You are also an amazing pleasure to play with.
Thank you.
Additionally.
Yes, Jill, we wish you and your brand new family all our love, warmth, cheer, and success as you embark on an amazing new quest. If you are part of the heart and soul of our little adventuring group, and I hope that if just a fraction of that amazing energy is present in your new family, with your love of adventure and your warmth and your warmth for your friends and loved ones. Shine. I have every bit of faith that all of that will be magnified in your new family. So my most heartfelt congratulations. I hope that you have a safe and smooth adventure as you summon up your new party member.
Almost conjured. It's ready to go.
That's a very long ritual spell right there. Right.
Awesome.
Well, and
I'm just playing with you guys too for the next little bit, but I will be back to play some Drakkenheim.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah. I'll be around.
Yes.
We're not going to lose touch. Don't worry. It's I'm going to be texting you a lot.
Yeah. So we're planning on from what we understand, life is full of unexpected things, and of course this is a new thing to embark on. But I've had more than one conversation with Jill mentioning that her partner better be ready to babysit on on Tuesday night so she can get back to playing some D&D, because every new mom deserves at least one night a week off, and I am very privileged that you are so eager. I feel very privileged that you are so eager to spend that night off with us playing D&D.
For sure. Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, he's we got it on the calendar. He's got Tuesday nights off.
Good.
Yeah, indeed. Joe, anything else to round us off? How are you?
Joe, be safe, please. Reach out if you need anything. Megan and I are here for you. And I'll probably see you Friday, maybe for a second, and help clean up the rest of if I've left any things there. But no, I wish you all the health and happiness. We definitely love you, and speedy recovery. Get in and out, do your thing, and I'm so excited for you in your next step. This is big. This is awesome.
Thanks, guys. Yes, and I will be posting, so the world will find out all about the tiny human.
Is your new character going to be rolled up by using 3d6 drop lowest point buy, or what ability score generation method are you going to?
Still seeing if it's a variant human or not. We'll see.
Might need to look at some of those new options in Tasha's.
Yeah. Need to look, see what feats there are.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, as always, so stay in touch with our live streams, and everything are going to be continuing, and of course Kelly and I are going to be continuing to post new videos every Tuesday and Thursday on our YouTube channel. That train isn't getting off anywhere. So please check us out on YouTube, where we for our new videos. We got more coming this week as we cover Tasha's Cauldron of Everything at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
Awesome. And don't forget to check us out on Patreon. If you enjoy the work that we're doing, please check us out on Patreon. You can find the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes. We also have a phenomenal Discord community, so you can hop in there. You can talk to us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim, and we even have a chat in there for the Drakkenheim Kickstarter. So you can join us in there to talk all about the new amazing things coming in the pipeline soon for the worlds of Drakkenheim.
Yeah, we've been getting lots of great feedback, ideas, and support, and just tons of questions from cool folks in our Discord community, whether that is dropping in our new chat channel that we started for the new book, or the behind the scenes chat where you can find out, how are things, what are all the ways that things could have gone differently, and chat with me about that, or with our characters, because when we come back, level 8, big new feat level. So maybe chat with Kelly, Jill, and Joe. I know are going to have a big feat decision to make when we come back on in. So chat with them of some cool ideas there.
Yeah. And be sure to join us live on January 12th when we record the next episode live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. Now is a great time to catch up. If you are behind on Drakkenheim, well, I don't know why you're watching this episode then. Spoilers. But if you do need to catch up, now is the best time to do it. All of the video episodes are available on our YouTube channel and as a podcast as well. So get caught up and ready for when we come back next year.
Thank you all so much for watching. Have a safe and happy holiday, however you celebrate it. Please be safe. All my love for you, your family, and your health. Be well. Have a happy new year. And we will see you in 2021 for much more in the world of Drakkenheim.